Hey, good evening, everybody. I just want to jump on here real quick on a Saturday night, do a quick little Facebook Live here and talk about what happened this evening and talk about more storms on the way for tomorrow. Um, you know, we weren't really expecting any severe weather this evening, but we actually did get a few tornado warnings, which honestly caught me by surprise and our team as well. We really weren't expecting that, and we didn't really have the ingredients for it, but it is the Arklatex, so you just never know sometimes what Mother Nature is going to do. But yeah, we did have some tornado warnings earlier for portions of Bossier and Webster Parish. We also had that tornado warning up in Arkansas, but it looks like that, at least for right now, that threat is starting to diminish. I think we're going to stay a little bit quieter as we head through the rest of the night. But storms are going to return to our forecast tomorrow. So just wanted to jump on quickly, do a quick little Facebook Live, kind of talk about these overnight forecasts and also talk about that potential for some more storms as we head into the day tomorrow. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on right now. This is a live look at our radar picture. You can see, that storm that did prompt that tornado warning earlier into portions of Webster Parish, that has pretty much fallen apart entirely. So we'll kind of zoom into that area and look, that's all that's left. I mean, that is all that's left of that storm. And that was pretty intense just a little while ago. But yeah, that thing is really weak. And you can see as we go back in time, it was pretty strong. This is when we had that tornado warning. You can actually see earlier this evening at about 9. Let's see, when was that warning first issued? We first had that tornado warning issued right around 9 p.m. And you can almost see that little hook echo that formed. Look at that right there. That's what formed earlier this evening. And right there, that is where we had that potential tornado that was developing there. And that was just east of Benton. And that was, again, moving off to the northeast. That was in northern and central portions of Bossier Parish. So this was at 9:09 p.m. this evening. And this is the reason why we had that tornado warning that was issued for that storm, because you can really see that hook echo develop there. And then as we push forward in time, that storm continued to make its way north and east. And we still had, some appendages there on the edge. So we had a few rotations there. And so, again, it was a very interesting storm for a while this evening, also producing some really heavy rain. We had some rainfall totals there east of Benton and North Bossier of up to 3 inches of rain that fell with that storm. But now you can see as that has gone closer to Cotton Valley and really crossed into Webster Parish. Look at the latest radar scan. Poof, that storm completely gone. That is all that's left. So for those that are tuning in, I just wanted to kind of reassure you that our severe weather threat is done for the night, at least in this area. Not expecting anything else. The tornado threat's done here overnight tonight. Still got some storms kind of forming up to our north, though. Got some flash flood warnings there north of our region. You can see up there in Arkansas. And again, still got some, strong storms here in Arkansas. We're going to watch those. Nothing has a warning on it right now. And we have some more big storms out around Dallas. Look at that. We got another strong storm there near Dallas. So we're going to watch these overnight tonight. But looking at the wider picture, you can see pretty much most of the Arklatex is now in the clear, at least for now. So I'll see if you guys have any questions for me here. Yeah, no questions. So I'm not going to stay on this too long. Again, Saturday night, just wanted to hop on real quick to reassure everybody that the tornado threat is now done. That storm is completely fallen apart. But it was a little surprising tonight. We definitely were not expecting that to happen. But, that does happen sometimes in the Arklatex. So that's a live look at our radar now. And as you can see, things have really quieted down quite a bit across the area. But I want to kind of show you what to expect going forward here because we got more storms on the way here for tomorrow. So let me go to our latest forecast model. And this is what we call the HRRR. This is a high resolution rapid refresh. That's what this forecast model is called. So this model updates every hour, and it kind of gives us a pretty good idea of what to expect. So let's go forward. And so this is where we are right now. Kind of want to show you what to expect here going forward. So again, as we get through the overnight hours, we watching up in McCurtain County. Notice that that's midnight tonight. Could still see some strong storms there in McCurtain County. So we'll be watching that area. I think the tornado threat is pretty much over with through the night because we're losing that daytime heating. So we're not going to see too much. But again, as we get into the overnight hours tonight, still tracking some strong storms up there in McCurtain County along and north of I-30. And then we get into tomorrow morning. And I think tomorrow is going to be another pretty active day. So, the storms today kind of held off till pretty late. We didn't see a lot of this until about 6 or 7 p.m. this evening. I think it's going to be a much earlier start tomorrow. So this is 6 a.m. This is 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. And you can already see that we have some storms kind of forming across the area. This is, again, just one forecast model, not saying it's going to happen just like this, but we are going to see some storms kind of developing earlier in the day tomorrow. There's 7 a.m. There is 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. You can still see some storms across the area, and this could continue for a good chunk of the day. So if this particular forecast model, if this one verified for tomorrow, we would be dealing with potentially a flash flood threat because we're going to see repeated rounds of storms throughout the day. There's noon, still seeing those storms kind of along the I-20 corridor, and that could really continue the entire day. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen this way, but if this forecast model verifies in this way, we could see the potential for some extremely heavy rain and maybe some flash flooding. So again, that's just one model run, not saying it's going to happen exactly like that, but that certainly would be interesting if it did. And let's see how much rain. Let's just for fun, let's see how much rain that forecast model is showing us for tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, if that verified here, we would get, quite a bit of rain. We could see about 1 to maybe 3 inches of rain across the area tomorrow if we do see those storms throughout much of the day. So again, that's just kind of what we're seeing. But tomorrow could be another fairly active day. Let's look at the brand new forecast model here. Some of the newer data coming in. And again, kind of showing the same thing. Again, remember, this model updates every hour. So every hour we get new data in, and it might show something different. But again, this is for tomorrow morning. And I think the overall idea for your Sunday is that it's going to be it could be an active day. We could see storms off and on throughout the day. And I think these storms could start up early in the morning. So this is about 7, 8 a.m. We could wake up to some thunder and lightning tomorrow morning as some morning storms roll through. And then we get into the afternoon hours here. You can see more storms kind of firing up. And, I'll be honest with you. I think we do have a severe weather threat tomorrow, and we do have some ingredients tomorrow in the atmosphere for maybe an isolated tornado or two. So we're going to keep watching this for tomorrow, but I do think we do have a low-end tornado threat for your Sunday. And you can kind of see that on the forecast model here that looks like these individual cells kind of popping up in the afternoon. So again, storms will be likely here for your Sunday. There's going to be the potential for some very heavy rain, maybe some flash flooding, and also the potential for tomorrow that we could see, maybe a tornado or two. We saw a few tornado warnings out there tonight. We didn't even have any chance. I didn't think we'd have any chance at all tonight. Tomorrow, the overall ingredients in the atmosphere are actually a little bit higher. So again, I do think we could see a few tornadoes tomorrow. Let's take a look at our convective outlook for, let's see here. Now, this is for tonight, but I want to show you actually for tomorrow. So again, it's not a very high risk. That's a marginal threat. But again, the Storm Prediction Center does have the northern portions of the Arctic under that marginal risk, and there is a 2%. It's a low end risk, but that's your tornado percent probability for Sunday, and that would include areas north of I-30. So we'll watch that. Again, very low chance of that happening tomorrow, but there is a marginal risk of severe weather for your Sunday. So something we'll keep an eye on. But again, guys, as far as what's happening right now, let me just show you the radar picture one more time. And you can see things have really quieted down, at least for now. There are more storms off to our west, so we could see some more development overnight tonight. But as far as a tornado threat, I do think that threat is kind of diminishing, but still the potential for more storms tonight. It could be another stormy day ahead for your Sunday. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here, enjoy my Saturday night. You guys enjoy your night as well. The severe tornado threat's over. But again, tomorrow is another day, and we will be tracking more storms as we head into the day on Sunday. All right, guys. Have a good night.